comment someone sent in. Of all the things I waste my life watching online, this is the series I feel the least bad about. Thought I looked smart in my glasses. Turns out I look like Rachel Maddow. But joke's on you because she's smart. But it doesn't matter how hard you try to look smart when you got my graphics department cutting you out at the knees every single show. Had a joke about Donald Trump cut in front of kids on their 5th birthday. Like, we can't get a 5? We have to go with some weird backwards 9? It's not a fast pass anymore at Disney. It's a lightning lane. Guess they thought fast pass. They were like, well, originally they thought kids love fast pass because there's nothing like kids like more than like coming out of the Holland Tunnel. We just had a picture about alternate journeys, alternate jerseys. The reason I'm showing these is I took my son to his first Red Sox game, and they were wearing their new yellow ones. And, I'm all for alternate uniforms, but it was, he had a lot of questions about why the Red Sox were wearing yellow. And I think that's fair. This is the Union Jack. Upside down. Thanks, graphics. Again, like, you're actively working to make it this. You're going out of your way. A lot of people said it's only called the Union Jack when it's at sea. I looked into it. The Flag Institute, which is a website online, did an investigation. And when the Flag Institute does an investigation, it's not necessarily, doesn't have to be at sea. We had a joke about RFK Jr. saying camels are high in amino acids. Somebody wrote in, all proteins are made of amino acids. 1 kilogram of camel meat has the same as 1 kilogram of any other meat. So let's just have digital do what they can to report that person to the police. I keep saying it's a MC Escher effect when we do, the scattered laugh, scattered laugh, scattered. It's called the Drost effect, and this is based on this hot chocolate. And I guess this is the first artist who did this thing of the same can that is the big picture is in the little picture and then littler and littler. It's just like sometimes there's no jokes, there's just interesting things. And then, you go to a dinner party and you can bring it up as if it's your own. And, and if it's going the way everything's going now, I'd prefer you didn't say you heard it in corrections. I was talking about MC Escher doesn't do paintings. I said he does wood print paintings. And people are like, surely you just said that to make the jackals mad. You know that wood prints aren't paintings. It was an honest mistake. I never do anything to make you mad on purpose. MC Escher not only did wood prints, he also did lithograph paintings. Someone said, I did a joke about a letter from Epstein's mother. It was signed Epstein's mother. And someone said, Epstein was his family's name. It doesn't make any sense that his mother would sign the note Epstein's mother. You missed the reference, which is fine. You're enjoying a different century than I have. But if you don't like it, take it up with Juan Epstein was the character's name. Based on that, somebody said, this was a joke that a jackal sent in. And because I like to share my platform. Someone said Jeffrey Epstein's plane was, of course, known as the Lolita Express. I don't know. By the way, this isn't. As I said, this is a joke sent in from a jackal. I'm looking at it now. It's not. Like it's like it has joke pieces, but like I'm looking at it doesn't piece together. Here's what you need to know. Again, we've lost someone. Never happened. The character on Welcome Back, Kotter was Juan Epstein. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein's plane was, of course, known as the Lolita Express. Was it also known as Epstein Juan? So it's like the joke is Air Force One, but it's Epstein Juan. Like I said, they wrote it like it was a joke. This one really hits home based on everything that's happened up to this point. Someone said, I don't think corrections will ever win an Emmy, not even if they introduce a corrections category. And the Emmy for Best Online Correction Series is Hacks, Goes Backs, and Retracts. That's going to be, when that day comes, that's going to be a tough cut to old Seth Meyers in the crowd. I've been enjoying, having seen Rio Bravo recently for the first time. I've been enjoying sharing my Walter Brennan impression with everyone. But then somebody wrote in, wasn't Walter Brennan a massive racist? So I printed up a Wikipedia page and, well, now let me take a look here and see what's going on. Whoa, yeah, shouldn't say stuff like that. Well, he's so funny on camera, but ain't that a kick in the head from a mule? He said that when who got assassinated? Well, now. Count Camillo Negroni invented the Negroni in 1919 in Florence, added gin to the Americano. It used to be soda water. It's so Italian to just like make a new drink and then name it after yourself. And then you give it to like a beautiful Italian woman and she's like, I like it, what is it? It's me. There is a lot of Negronis though, because I guess it was a common name. Common enough that there was more than one. A lot of Negronis started coming out of the woodwork shoe once the Negroni hit. The descendants of Pascal Olivier de Negroni, Count de Negroni, have claimed that he invented the drink in 1857 in Senegal. This was circulated by his descendants. However, Campari did not exist until 1860. So that's how they knew. It was a hoax. This was, of course, the main plot point in A Study in Ruby, which was the Sherlock Holmes stories just about drink stuff. Therefore, Watson, the coarseness of this grain, one can deduce this sand did not come from the seashore, but rather from right here in Hyde Park. What are you getting at, Holmes? Isn't it obvious, Watson? There was no beach, which means there could not be sex at the beach. Oh, you have me, Holmes. I will say, walked by Jeremiah today wearing these, and he went, nice glasses. So you can all collectively think they stink, but I got a compliment from Jeremiah, and he doesn't love everything. Let's throw the P.O. box up, though, Eric, for people who might want to send me look, feel free, because this is going all according to plan. Send me some reading glasses, 1.5s. But don't do that old joke where like one's a 1.5 and one's a 1.75, and then I just start walking around in circles. Don't try to Cash Patel me. A lot of people complained how last week was too short. And so I thought the best way to get back at them was do one where they're like, that went on. Well, there we are, guys. It wasn't a lot this week, and it showed, but we're here, and it's lovely to be with you. Good stuff this week. Adam Scott was here. Juliette Lewis, that was a lot of fun. Iowa Debris. Sure, some other people, that seems not enough. We can't just do 3. We can't do a show with 3. Go back and check. Let me know in the comments who else was here. Obviously, am I regretting trying to do it off the top of my head? Sure. Would it be better if I remembered all of them? Nathan Lane's coming next week. Doesn't count, though. Doesn't count that I don't remember who was here. Carl Urban. That's 4. The over-under is 5.5. Everybody in the audience, make your bets. I have 4. Charlize Theron was the week before. Eben Moss Backrack. Rose Byrne. And there were a couple others, and they were great. They were good. Well, I mean, again, like, I think, like, the bummer here is, like, I do feel like the algorithm just kind of rewards these that are longer. And so there's what we have to do is teach the algorithm they're wrong. And that's what I think we're going for here. Matthew Reese. I think I almost ran the table. Looking forward to apologizing to whoever I missed. See me next week.